Dwe manyien nieno dwe ayedong achiel me dwe me apa mwaka dong tika ringa tika chero katuma miro jolo ien matek kotwal I One Low TV yupo me Rupiny tin wabedo kanj viji urigi happy new month.
Yeah, happy new month. Wafo dwe manyien wafo donye nieno dwe achiel po dwe apa.
Iwinyi nini?
Winyo marach kogo manda chunya yom ni tien nieno ma gikara atie pi jomuteki and chala wan weng wati ki jomuteki gangwa kabere ma waberi ye amera duok ni for foch bod la twitch ka chel ki bod jomuteki magi o imwa me piera bichel piera bero piera boro ki jomati mwa mia ki wie
including la dit logo.
Yes, wadwa for foch bod gi man wadwa for foch bod la twitch mwa ni report mo ka ni percent piera boro ya bichel pa jomuteki pegi town pegi
I family ni tiki dano muteki akadi.
Amera celebrating ko pa won babana ki won mamana men mamana ki men babana.
Weng food ki ko?
Again weng no ngitie kilo banong ka nana wakitibu.
Awati wale dano makwo.
Dano makwo kire kama beri ya tiki dano muteki ana maro jomuteki loyo and 80% pachawana I spend with the older persons. 20% I work with Vulu.
Kakumi food gum may take quarni, men mamani, men babani, one babani, ma furgi kwa mara piara bora cerca ni mi reform band. It wale timi.
Yes.
Nena ma megge. Happy new month the day ni mwaka mando remo food wa chaka la wo maja ento dong tika cerca tu. Ma mero jolo in ritual. Dwe me apa nian dwe achiel matini wachako dong kineno wie jematika time I campaign wachako kanyi ki Kampala Makerere University kama dul makitika longene ni Emerging Leaders Program kuberi ki karteki report magitika wachenene lutino kwan Kwano Makerere University ikomia achiel uringi piera rio wia biero nogitie kilo rem chok a beach makaro ikin mia chel ibi no lo tiano kwan marama pa mano gotikilo en lure men ma waje meno no boyfriend your girlfriend ba lure man me buro ni kitika waje ni out of 100 27 students have more than 5 sexual partners. Out of 100 11 students have more than 10 sexual partners. Emerging leaders I get a report any young men no very well like more beka watching la warning like me HIV infection. Why Makerere?
Yeah, mira for lotela magikate kama leng me forming emerging leaders program ni tie yup mapere tak yup ani amera a non contact pa and jomati and a program and those are the things ma amera full a very igi pian a tietan nano kede kin malobo Uganda tika chero kede ka chel ki lobo ya nyim kiet mo chibedo kede bedo raj kapo wallo kidano kapo bedo ka sharing experience personal experience ki loteno ma kumbedi kitika don and Gen Z and loteno ma nogi don ki smartphone chingi any then we shall lose it out. Now why Makerere University? Makerere University is the epitome of this country. You cannot talk about Uganda without Makerere University. Lutela makumbe tikitika telo lobo Uganda irwama pat polegin weng go kwano ki Makerere University before the merging of other universities makumbe dinoti lobo Uganda. So Makerere University is like a manufacturing house. Pa lutela ka chel kilo teach momiero gitim teach ilobo Uganda kany. So coming back to the reports only is right. Pien keneno mot kwan Kwano University achiel lok money ma mibedi hostels loteno aki vot lobo Uganda ma pat me bieno kab kwoi Kampala kan gibedi hostels and one lo nyuru tich mami yanyo chilling kigang kuja entopo ngeo kin maloteno wano gitika kwa kere then ario that excitement ya donya university is there then aki gang mo manoti ti pero ma date
amaro lok ma megu babra Kaija ma NBT co-chairperson pa program any me emerging leaders tika watching any pe Makerere ke kanba wati loke ko Makerere ba tika watching Makerere is just a sample kera ina waji kere ne and is happening everywhere tertiary institutions mukena ni wengwa igai mamegwa kere wa kere ni watika teach ena watain lo nyuro gang kumbedi kwatio matek financial difficulty lutien mukena pera ki school fees tuition pere mukena tuition tie ana gidi ki keji gang kwan mukena gidi ki chena enda karo pere so exchange eno ni tika time institutions of learning may know ne jumatiki chena gidi ka wilo sex for max nani cha waloro ye kan Uganda Law Society. So any is a bad vice mamara lutela me emerging leaders program gitika katiki lock any me changing mindset paloteno la wo waloro ye kan ni any is a thorough phone mamir ke katikere ke dokochen back to the drawing board je machal ABC gini because it's interconnected kituo in our sexual partners.
Again, the institutions, tertiary institutions, they have leadership. What are the leaders doing in these institutions? Unless they are just there for money, because they know Ringi Dennis is coming to enroll for this course, he has to clear tuition fees. As academic administrator of an institution, what you should focus on not the fees, but the human persons. Because Uganda kumbetitika lorekom what we call the human capital development. Now, we cannot have a conversation pa lokmani for nyodano momero get him teach ilobo Uganda if we're from focusing on go ikom kitema dano eshanegi ponjugi kude man kitema karo ki university achela ane because that is very key. We cannot have human capital development when the human capital mawatika logo pigeni they are sick nyoke kom late.
Exactly.
How are they going to work? So the leadership of the different tertiary institutions mawatike gilo Uganda kan umiero doko chen on the drawing board. One aspect of discipline. Karamaro lokma the minister maneno lokom fonyelo Uganda okatekere lokom nursing schools. Why nursing schools are becoming congested. Therefore, nursing institutions umiero reducing on the admission. And that should also go down to universities. This is of near welcoming population because of money should stop.
Inge karma olo kitemo luenye kom HIV infections ma kolo ndako dak ping no dulma par wengi tika kero chengi kachelo menero ne mindset change la pedong makere nyo kwan in isolation nyo lok medini in isolation Lutela medini wengu kero chengi kachele ke lutela me gankwa. Emerging Leaders Program, very good initiative. Ma bere Megaba Brakaija Berete, the chief editor-in-chief of Megwa Kanye Vision Group. Kep chengi kachele ke lutela dini. Lutela gankwan work initi ka kwan kono ngene karibene pera ki school fees. Irama no school fees you ma part pay me you me voro ki bot a cho ma part because at the end of the day lotiana botiro kwan but how many infections how in 30 years no population adi ki kwan mer enter what quality of citizens.
I'm even worried for the children of the poor. Malu nyorigi hianyo shilling meg nanoni gibiano ka kwane universities nyo makere gi shambogo ge. And at the end of it, when you could report Makumani, Comlotiano Mia Chilkachiel, Ni Lotiano Pasan, Maroma Pa, we are when no gitiki tuo to Shilim Pian Yatin, Akigang, food no peraki tuo moe can enter being a gangquan because of Pero Mano, Latentica Karaki ear, she gets involved any local sexual intercourse, kill, remember part, my and pengil status, Mamegi. And it becomes a worrying factor iri in la nyudo maitika yele menarani latinio kwano then cow dog kichilim makon kono and chamano waho gang bini gang kwan and no shilling perekome.
In statistics by Raj, imagine 27 out of 100 have more than 5 sexual partners. Men for both Tiana Wobiki and Yeraba. In out of 100, 10 have more than 10 sexual partners. Statistics ma wenye pebe. Ento in mere lokma white ni ka Kenyo in ento teach madana weng miro ket chingi ka chel menano tingana wame wachwale ke gangkwane wetwale university kukati kono food gitie lo mabe bana. Wameta nyim konda kaneno lok mo kene kumbeti ni kitika tier kama Leng Adwogi Kwano Dano nyo population census mo bede iya chakeme mwaka enine Uganda Bureau of Statistics lok mamegi wachini ting adek ba dire ma ne ko rengi pe cha dek changwen ni ndo dek ayeke be Tyero Adwogi me census I June de ma bichel ke Tyero substantial ke be kalon provincial manyotene is not the final results me Kwano Dano ne so chabit enene ay don ke be Tyero kamaleng the final results me census so many things awobedi choadi jomuti adi all bukonyo planning for Uganda.
That will be assumption. The fact is near Lower Uganda pengeo well done adimati Lower Uganda kan. That is the fact.
Following census moka inki kwanu rengi?
Pegi kwana. That's why I'm saying ngomagi she declaring on it will just be assumption. Bien Machel there were gana lokmutim me oberu duong total mess oberu duong.
But Ruwa what happened?
Yeah, Arwa mess beru diat Machelo ya pay right from the recruitment and the training of the officials more managing and census only. You cannot pay Romulo Dano ni obini training Kampala then Tyero gi munyonyi in a very big hall but Jomo Kennedy smartphone Megi and they ended up going back ma peming ngomu mirgetem. During time for recruitment, Jomagi Choyogi, those who were interviewed, ke Yarua, Polepegi meaning it teach. Gubeka Roya Dana Roya, where the Kilorem. Mapegi Timo training, Jomotimo training Ogio, then Ario, the first day when Chama Beruka compiling a news report, the first day of census, and year a deck Giberuka Tiu Isel a shell, when you work a shell. And I shall not even that tablet only. So that was the first mess, man. Nano. Then a Rio, Dharma Paul, Jomachalo ring boda Paul Gipegi Kwano. Joma Giti Shuk.
And we are for the first day of Kwano Dano ma Lukwan Dano, Kibekalungi enumerators, Buka take a strike, ne, Piaki me, Iga allowances, me what, transport, me Tyero Kwano. We for the first day of Kwano Dano. The enumerators were striking. So, no matter there could be some loopholes in your gaps in census results in him. One Garakitika watching according to them, Adwogi Kwano, Uganda, the population stands at 45.9 million Ugandans. And what Mirwati more approximately, not exactly, because Adwogi Kwano Adwogi Kwano campaign while border Magurin Danmo were traveling in and out, and then the results could be inaccurate. Okay, watching you training Adwogi Kwano. But they could have taken errors.
I think as a country it should move away from waiting for 10 years and then we do census. Because of the advancement in technology, Matika Kati, Watiki Shim Kumberi, it doesn't need, I don't need an enumerator. Maybe a ganga, near Miro, a me detail, just develop the app in our phones.
And also, in Kumbeti, there are so many of these institutions that are interconnected. KJR Kachulo passport, no passport, connected, Kinera. And all these are institutions may have details, Mamegi. Pola Dano go bedong gitike national identification numbers. Ma are connected to ngo SIM card mamegi. In a way. So institutions are there any. Passport office, national identification nira, key SIM card registration. Iguni when gitike details madan ma giromo ketoneka achele work actual message bor indirect ring telephone number fill in your details moagane di kinyole di tikulti ana di actual information direct la bon employing enumerators magu kelo jemo miu.
And you know what? The best enumerators of Uganda are the VHTs.
It could be, but they're few.
They're not few. If you come from a cell in Uganda, in a village more Uganda if you don't have your detail with that VHT, then you're not a Ugandan. Because VHT take book my Ministry of Health for me choyo in kinying in kilugangi weng giberi details. Unfortunately, during census, the VHTs were not considered anywhere. But these people would give the exact number per Dana Maberi village money.
At because the interface kilo Tyero on a daily basis.
Yes. And they know and they have the register. Now, the capis, some of the capis failed to work. Up to now, there was a total mess. Yes, there was a total mess, and that has to be improved. It has to be improved.
You both get watching ni KBR Kamaleng results. They've been working tirelessly from the Mavichel Wakumbeti Menanegi Chwalo. The substantial results don't Kamaleng and statistics. Maginyoro why we at 45 million.
A big option money. Kagi bolo kui Kwano within 2 days. Kagi declaring the presidential election. Why can't we develop that system also? And we know.
You boss.
Yes. First of all, Amirano, before getting those questions, can we start by knowing individuals? Then we get to other component about Oringi Dennis, Yukwena, no shilling a deed, we are chill, or take TV, you take radio. First, can we start by head counts?
We put Jomogano Beru, Karmagino, Chaka Chaka, Peo ki kel ngara mo ni ota kapenya di TV ni adi kun nyayo kuo kingongog. But anyway, you both get ka ke results and what ka tamane ni results in ubokonyo government me planning je me bejo twal chalo out yard education services goody piano ki wingi will down adi magite Uganda annually Uganda di magi ak Uganda ki karwa jim eguni. That's the idea.
Now we are talking about Ubos is still going to release their final results. On the other side, the Ministry of Finance that is in charge of planning. Kukati figure for the financial year 2025, 2026, around 52 trillion.
Without thinking.
Without using the data. Now, what is the essence of the data?
And I Uganda. The idea is good and correct, but there is no interconnection. You can program PDM. All these programs have to be interconnected.
Yes.
National census, Ministry of Finance and Planning Budget. Programs in marketing category PDM. Dana di mati Uganda. From 45 million, how many can benefit from PDM? How much money is planned for them from the Ministry of Finance?
On the data,
Basing on the data of the census.
Madam Humi Karmi census ni ala chan a pick radio, makadi radio bana iganga, and can the Ministry of Finance get that from Ubos and use data ki Ubos make katiki biak pale mumiargeti kerem wagalim now I know the Ministry of Finance Planning and Economic Development get your katio ki biak pale mpi wagali bario ki piariwa beach piariwa bichiel furi Ubos tika wakata kara ki well padano. What did they use for planning?
Food bana gitika wachi jomo kana ki benefiting PDM they are not came yoga they are not qualified. They are rich people. In Uganda but Purwati ye wa ngayu merane olo kare peracho twal all is not all is not spoiled. So we take again mogone 45 million any government of planning pidano my bed twal come cheng angwen no Uganda Bureau of Statistics tika yar kamaleng results mes census. Kono wanenda klok mukene kumbeti kiri kawa Uganda kuberu no magoba mecha to mwanye onyo kofi maramo billion aye mia boro ki piera rio 820 billion mwanye makicharo chake dwe maboro wa kumbeti kiri kawa ni export me coffee kumbeti tika ero malo meta merela dila weti logelo kom value addition me coffee. It's good news for the coffee exports.
Omero for lobo muni mo werke wa cash crop magilmuni coffee. Pian muni utiu and ki coffee anoni pama ki to colonize us Ugandans ke Africans but chama again go we hotel no chi annually mo gali be chele mi abwen ki piera be chele rio. Gemne po beru yo total and omero for government make a take Uganda Coffee Development Authority. Now watiki Ministry of Agriculture watiki Uganda Coffee Development Authority no ki pindak no miro wa bid ki sub sub organizations cooperatives wa penyete daro pian I come from Zombo district ngoma nano ki Zombo district tieni lo lufu many anyo lufu kawa gi charo kawa gi furiki ki kobo to the private people.
Not on a commercial basis. Mero ringia, mero kawa.
Mero kawa. Me chiaro me kacha because the person is desperate. Mero chilling. Ngare be bino me akwa gena ko ba chela ma no futi ki chwani no fut pe kwanyo and para eoni. Atika will mi a beach. Ero ken me kitika kwala kilo fu mwani West Nile, Atirane district, Mezombo. Now, what programs are there from Uganda Coffee Development Authority? Menenoni la fu mwanyi peke kwalo. Any magitika reporting on palolonyo money. Your money, they took advantage of the local people. And that figure magikata kere mi chat pa mwanyi iloma waho, and that cannot be reflected on the farmer. Matika furu mwanyi ana. Mira for
Zombo furu mwanyi on what scale?
A larger scale.
On a larger scale.
Yes.
Mwanyi ki gana chai tea.
Yeah, tea, but unfortunately, tea has been abandoned because government seems to have not catered for the tea farmers.
Well, speaking of government, we po government notika infringing a kit me chat to coffee to let down mageti biachara me coffee. About 5 months ago, maguberka when matekotwal menerne tutwale Uganda Coffee Development Authority. Ogul when matekotwal nenerne well money what you di amara olodo settling kombeti.
What Pinma Merki board Uganda Coffee Development Authority it should take full charge of coffee, not licensing private individuals to buy mwanyi ki bought lufu ita there. Pian jo anoni magiti private persons magitika will mwanyi ikin charo kama fu mwanyi tie gitika kwalo lufu, and you cannot see something that is translated to their life. And
talk about the 820 billion it we may abor and any money majorly in the central region kan Amaran Zombo is farming and or not on a bigger scale.
It is on a bigger scale.
Nani chakibeka wachi wane tunkumalme Uganda ngomwa pe furu mwanyi. Eto jomo kiana kite wachi gupa ngomi furu mwanyi. Lubu kira igene. So, from of the 820 billion, what regions are contributing to this?
I think before coming to that, the British, Yukati and Kilokme dividing Uganda according to the agricultural crops that are supposed to be grown for their selfish interest. District Machalo Zombo, part of Nebi, their highlands area. Makai chere na mwanyi, the quality of mwanyi, and tap ki Nebi, ki Zombo, are even better quality. And Arabica, not even robust. And Arabica coffee.
Arabica da
meat loyal and robust magi for any central. So little is being done to ofu mwanyi magitika furu mwanyi tunku malame Uganda Tyero district me Zombo Kachelki district me Nebi. I happened to do a documentary for one of the organizations about Fu Pamwanyi area. I was so impressed. And that was a private individual buying mwanyi. La mono benaba? Yiriti mono.
La did lo butika watching Ugandans mero doko chene dokman with value addition to try a cash cost mamegwa manyutine kawa dok chen. Even this 820 billion in a month in a ramokat. Now, kita watch from July, exports me one take a meta from 116 in the month of July, August no from June, July up to August. So, kawa mete on this scale, there's good news.
And for me, it can be good news, but the question here is how are the local farmers?
How is it distributed?
How are the local farmers benefiting from this billion of money government taking Europe? Because the other time the retired police officer, a gentleman, Kasinje, he came out openly to say, Lufu mwanyi kachelki, those who are in the export of mwanyi, they should be very careful. Pian lukuo mwana no gichagot kwalo wero wimotoga mano yeo and mwanyi tika Tyero mechare lo mawaro. So they waylay ambush and they direct you that let us go this direction. Pian no gemero kwalo mwanyi. Pian mwanyi kumbedi has become gold in Uganda.
Anyway, we aware matika tema ye ano pe wanywako matut lungo chawane ni loklo bakong wa yue do matidi kadak maduki jim matute